We are live in Austin, Texas at KZI 88.7 FM. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. We have Corey Mose from KView. And Simply Courtney sitting in with us today.
From Austin. I'm from Austin. That's where I'm from.
That's where you from?
I'm from Austin.
Wait. Does Austin want to claim you?
You know, I don't know anymore.
Okay.
Because I mean,
just kind of curious.
I'm from 90s Austin. How about that? Early 2000s Austin.
There is a difference.
Club Moon, Spiros, Aquafest, Jump On It at Rosewood, Austin.
Brother, you know the majority of the people listening have only lived here for like 4 years.
I know, they don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Look, womp, 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 womp.
That's what it sounds like to them.
What
What is this he speaks of?
I'm only speaking to a few people, that's it.
So we have live on a call with us Kenny Mann, coach at Glenn High School. They the Grizzlies, if y'all didn't know. He's a 1997 graduate of North Texas University. Anybody know anything about North Texas? Okay, all right.
Hey, I'm going to say Togi Wewigwe. That's where he's from. He's from UNT.
Okay. Hey, Coach, we got you live. Are you there, Coach?
I am.
There we are. Hey, Coach. So we did do a little bit of a tease early in the show, and I'm gonna try my best hand at it here, and you feel free to come right back on top of it if I don't do it justice. Ladies and gentlemen, listening from around the world tonight, Glenn High School women's basketball, number 2 in the state, is playing at home at 7 p.m. against number 1 in the state, Liberty Hill. What do you say there, Coach? How did I do that there?
That's pretty awesome.
I know. Okay.
Don't hype him up.
Coach liked it. Coach liked it. So
I was already excited, but now I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So, Coach, I don't know if you heard on the intro. Then we have Corey Mose from KView. So you've seen him on TV, sports extraordinaire.
I know, Coach.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, giving out Athlete of the Week to one of his players.
I don't know how I thought that you would not know, Coach.
Yeah, man.
And then, of course, and we have a comedian, Coach. So be careful what you say, Coach.
Oh, great.
He's gonna get you. No, but we have Simply Courtney. He's a great guy, Coach. I want to be selfish and go with the first question. And the guys, I know they're gonna get mad at me, but I want to jump in, Coach, about the game itself. What are the biggest keys to victory tonight against the number 1 team? I mean, this is going to be a classic.
It's going to be a good one. You know, I think keys for us is obviously defense. Their offense is really good. They're really patient. They run a lot of screens. They're going to screen, and then they're going to screen for the screener, and then they're going to screen for the screener. So we have to do a really good job there, keeping our head on a swivel and, helping each other out on the screens. And, if we can do that job, I think the rest is going to take care of itself. We've got a pretty good offensive plan, I think, and so I think we're going to be able to score points. We just got to do a good job of limiting their points.
Coach, for those who may not be listening to any broadcasts, any streaming of your games, they may not know anything. They don't go out there to the hill country. The hill country starts out there kind of where you're at, right? Just to help people's geographical knowledge. So what are your team's biggest strengths going into this matchup? They may not know anything about Glenn.
Well, our biggest strength really starts with Soma, our Soma Okolo. She's our senior forward, and she is fantastic. She's one of the only girls in high school I know that can dunk.
Sheesh.
And she's an inside-outside threat.
Nice.
She can shoot. She can dribble. She's strong around the basket. So everything we do starts with her. And then from there on out, we got Libby Lee, who was just a sophomore point guard who was phenomenal. She makes everything go for us there. We have good shooters that we can kick the ball to.
Nice.
And so, everything goes through those two first, but then the rest of our role players are really, really smart players, and they work hard, and they do what we ask of them.
Coach, Soma Okola is 6'1", and she's rocking the rim?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. I got a guy in here who's 6'4", Simply Courtney. He's the comedian. 6'4" guy. Can you dunk?
I could. I can't right now.
Wow. So she's getting up, Coach. That's a great vertical. Does she play any other sports? What is this athleticism coming from?
She's a straight basketball girl.
Wow.
She's going to go play at University of Miami next year.
Hey.
Yeah, with the nice trees out there.
The U.
She's going to be one of them. That's good, man.
Yeah. So she's 6'1". That's your senior. Coach, what are you getting out of Kinley Huberty and Leah Kennedy? They're freshmen. Well, come on, Coach. You don't you want to save them for? I know back where I'm from, we have like a 9th grade team or a JV.
Yeah.
You're using freshmen?
I've typically not. I don't like to put freshmen on varsity, but both
Okay.
of these girls, really impressed us at the first of the season, and Kinley especially can really shoot.
Okay.
Sorry, our speaker's going off in here all of a sudden. They're making an announcement.
No, we know you're working, Coach. You guys are in school.
Yep.
Some schools are out. But no, we know you're working, Coach. This is why we're excited that you took the time to be able to join us. So not a problem.
No,
I'll provide a little filler.
But I think she got off.
Okay.
But Kinley can shoot. That girl can shoot really well. Wow. And she's a smart player. She understands basketball. She's had a few bumps early because she was in 8th grade last year.
Oh.
And then she jumped all the way to varsity basketball, and we've played really tough teams.
Wow.
But she's fought through all that, and right now she's somebody we really are excited about. She's doing a lot of good stuff for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Coach, last time we talked, I know you mentioned how, you had a really young team, and I think that was about when y'all are about to go into the playoff run last year. And so what do you feel like your team has kind of grown in with this more experience, another summer training underneath their belts, and just another year of continuity? What do you feel like this team has grown the most?
Well, I think really Libby and Soma's growth has been phenomenal. I didn't think they could get any better last year because they were so great.
Yeah.
And their jump's been amazing. Our shooting guard, Marissa Hernandez, she's playing way better this year. Her shooting is better. She's playing more confident. I was worried about a couple of girls that we lost. Cindy Foca was, our other post girl, and she would battle. And I was like, I don't think we can replace this girl. But Carly, who was taking her spot, Carly Williams, she's done a wonderful job taking that spot. And she battles and she does her role. And she's another post that can knock down threes for us.
Coach, I think I understand. I'm going to just cut to the chase for everybody. You're only ranked number 2 because you got a Curry on your team. Is that accurate? How did I do there?
Because we got a Curry?
Yeah. Curry's carrying the whole team?
I'll tell you what. We love having her. She is,
Ella Curry.
She's just a sophomore as well.
Nice.
5'8".
So, pardon?
Yeah, I was letting everybody know. So she's a 5'8" sophomore.
Yes. And she, she's another one that, she has grown slowly as the season's gone on. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time early, but she's come in and started to make a really good hand for us. She hit a huge shot for us at the Georgetown tournament, and since then, I think her confidence has grown, and she's come in and done really well for us too. So she's definitely a big part of why we're successful.
For those who may have joined a little late, we're talking to Coach Kenny. He's 40. He's a man. Kenny Mann, head coach, women's basketball out at Glenn High School. Coach, I don't know if you're 40. You're probably like a young 35-year-old whippersnapper, but
I'm at least 40.
Okay, all right. Well, we got you there. Coach, just want to go through a couple other little things. I coach you sports. Out there in Leander. I'm probably your neighbor. If there's ever a guy that's always in the street throwing baseball to the kids, and then you're always like, all right, dude, hurry up. Get that last throw in. Get out of the way. That's probably me, Coach. That's probably me. You probably honked at me once or twice.
Great.
But there are some differences that I want people to know. You have a 5'2", Esme Koniche. She's 5'2". Marissa Hernandez, you mentioned, senior, 5'4". You have Riley Brown, a junior, 5'3". Peyton Raymond, 5'4". Kinley Huberty, who you said could shoot that ball as a freshman, 5'5". She might even grow a little bit more. Ariel Goppy, 5'4". Coach, you don't just chase the trees. You're an equal opportunity judge of talent.
Well, we, coaching high school basketball, you kind of get what you get. You don't get to go really chasing anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Whatever in the hallways,
You just take who you get, and you try to form your plan to who you got and what their strengths are.
Yeah.
And, of course, our girls that aren't very tall, they bring a lot of great things to the table, and we just try to put them in spots where they can be their most successful.
To that point, though, Coach, you can only utilize what's in your backyard. But what does it say about Austin to have two teams in 5A be able to be 1 and 2 in the state?
Yeah, it's exciting. And, I wouldn't leave out Cedar Park.
Yeah.
They're also in our district.
They got a dog over there, Hope Edwards.
Oof.
They made it to the state tournament last year.
Sheesh.
So, yeah, it's a tough district.
Yeah, it's just a district, too.
That's just the district. It ain't even just the city. It's the district. Like, we see them. Been there.
So, Coach, I'm a little curious. Then I want to go back. I have your bio in front of me. So, you were a coach at McNeil last before you came here, and
yes,
at your time at Glenn, I have you at 54-5, which is pretty awesome. So, you are doing great in that district. You're doing great, Coach. Did anybody tell you it was going to be the talent level? It was going to be this competitive around here?
Well, yes. I mean, I knew that the talent level around this area was really good. And, I'm going to be honest with you. In my career, I've never been one to try to chase talent. I just go where I feel like, I'm going to be happy and try to do a great job. But I've chased talent on this one.
Yeah.
I was fine at McNeil. I really loved it there. The people treated me well. I loved the girls at McNeil. And one of the lady that had been my assistant said, "Hey, listen, you really need to look over at Glenn and see what they got." And I looked into it a little bit, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, maybe I should at least apply for the job."
Yeah, you got to shoot your shot, Coach. Literally.
That's right.
Coach, since we were talking about talent, Coach, I gotta let my true personality come out. I start fires, Coach, and then I run away from them.
Yeah.
So, Coach, what if your varsity tennis coach over there, Coach Dodd, has a 6'2" tennis player? Coach, you gonna go and have a little conversation there, or how does that work when there are some athletes that, maybe a soccer player, someone else you might be interested in? How does that work on the high school level?
It's a good question. And, let me throw a shout out to the tennis team real quick, because Coach Dodd does an amazing job with them, and they're really good, and they've gotten better and better every year. So
Yeah.
We got a great tennis team. So glad you mentioned them. It's different from school to school. I think here in Leander and at Glenn, they're very adamant about us sharing our athletes.
Oh.
And if I got a kid that wants to, play soccer or play this or play that, we're expected to be supportive of that and not try to deter them from doing that. In fact, I got a starter, Riley Brown, who is also a starter on the soccer team. So we just, we get together and we share them the best we can. And, the good thing is that as a coaching staff, we all get along really well.
Yeah.
We all want the best for each other. And so we give a little and we get a little.
Coach, I want to speak up on, I don't know the name of your soccer coach, but on behalf of the soccer coach, let me tell you what you need to do to make her a better soccer player, Coach. Watch this. So when a corner kick is coming in, Riley needs to box out, seal the defenders behind her so she can get that header as that ball comes into the box. What do you think about that? How'd I do there?
That's a great idea. That's one of her strengths, too.
Oh, I nailed it.
You over here doing a scouting report.
Yeah, I'm helping. The soccer coach is fist pumping right now. Yeah, you get him.
Yeah.
Get him, Doug. Make sure.
That's Coach Gutman, and she does a great job.
Yeah.
And Coach, what are you expecting tonight, man? When it just comes to not only just the game, but just the crowd, the atmosphere, and just what this game means to the community?
I'm really expecting a really good crowd. The hype is out there. A lot of people are talking about it. I have a couple of friends who have daughters that play on other teams that are skipping those games to come watch our games.
That's awesome. That has to make you feel good.
That's great.
Forget my
Yeah.
I feel it. No, I feel that. I think anytime you got a chance to see a marquee matchup like that, if you're an athlete, you should take a chance, especially if it's close or it's within distance. Go watch, because that's something that happens once, probably, but every few years. So smart.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to get across to my girls. To enjoy the moment, because if you think about how many athletes go through their whole career and never get a chance to do anything like this at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're really blessed to have this opportunity to play in a game like this. So I'm just hoping they, take a moment to enjoy it and realize, what they're getting to do.
Coach, I'm sitting across from a great father over here, Simply Courtney. He's 6'4". I believe his son, who is in eighth grade is
man.
6'1", maybe
6'2"
and a half. 6'2".
Yeah.
And he tells me how he takes him around. He go up to Dallas for tournaments. He's on is it Austin Select?
Austin Select,
Austin
man.
Select. Hey, I listen.
Yeah.
Coach, when you have these, so this is the two questions I want to get in. I'm gonna be selfish again. How do you deal with a dad like that? Because he knows what his son could do on the circuit, or daughter in your case. And Coach, come on, number two or not, my daughter in this case needs more. So I'm just going to say Simply Courtney is that dad. How do you handle that?
Well, you're going to get that no matter what. It doesn't matter if it don't matter if it's a dad that's taking his kid around or playing, or somebody who just has no idea in the world about basketball at all.
That's even
They
worse.
all think that their kid needs more.
Yeah.
So it's just part of the deal. Sometimes it's funny that the players or the kids themselves understand the situation more than the do.
Been there.
But you just got to handle it the best you can. I try to make all of my girls feel that they're loved and they're a part of the program. Playing time, you can't have equal playing time and be successful. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So I've had through my career. I've had many of those conversations.
Yeah, and I can imagine.
As the person who was in that one, Coach, this is Simply Courtney, by the way. I didn't identify myself a few times. I just start talking.
Yeah.
I'm having fun just listening in. I worked Parks and Rec for like a decade, and I had to deal with talking to parents in that same manner. And this is just recreation. This is something they paid to get their kids a little bit of extra exposure, extracurricular activity, whatever. Yeah. And I find that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the parents made it the issue and the kids didn't. And you were like, man, if I could just put a bubble around, like people say, what's the best thing you think could happen? We can just put a bubble around the playing surface, allow the coaches, the officials, the scorekeepers in, maybe the medical people, and that's it. Everybody else to stay outside the bubble. And they can still be heard, kind of, but every now and then we can kind of tune them out. And it's with youth sports, because this is still a component of youth sports, even though it's now, I guess, the school part. It's interesting because the parent energy has gotten to the point now where parents are so disruptive and they're taken away from the game. And so what is the conversation for you as a high school coach like at the beginning of the year? Like, I know you have to set some kind of expectations with the parents. Like, what is your conversation usually like?
Well, we have a parent meeting at the first of the year, and I go through a whole big thing about how we all, need to work together, and everybody's going to have to make some sacrifices, and, try to let them know up front that I will talk to them about anything, but playing time is not one of those things we want to talk about. Love it. I'll tell them that, hey, look, if you want to come talk about playing time, it's probably going to do more harm than good. Yeah. And, some people take that to mean that, well, you're going to punish my child for me coming up, and that's not the case. But in the real world, if somebody comes up and talks to me about playing time, and their kid gets more playing time, everybody in the world is going to come talk to me about playing time and think they can talk me into more playing time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I had that I was in Muenster, and a kid had been doing everything I asked them to do, and they were earning their playing time. And their parent came in, somebody found out that their parent came in right about the time I was given that extra playing time. And that was the word on the street. Hey, so-and-so went to talk to Coach Mann. Their kid got more playing time. It was terrible.
And they ain't looking at the clock. They ain't looking at the clock going, or they ain't looking at the strategy part of it. They're just saying, more playing time. Yeah, but your kid is not a shooter, and we need a shooter against the team we're playing. Yes. I don't care. They need more playing time. And it's like, do you watch basketball? I feel like sometimes you got to ask the parents, so how much basketball do you know about? Because there's a thing called strategy, and we're trying to win, Well, great explanation. I think keep doing what you do. I'm working on being a better parent because I have those moments where I can be kind of the yelling parent, not necessarily mean. I'm just trying to encourage, and I'm learning as a stand-up comic that that's a gift and a curse. I'm comfortable with talking in public, but I'm also sometimes needing to be quiet. So I've started recording, and what I've learned is that when I'm recording, I'm quiet. And so I record my son's games because I don't want to hear my voice in the background when I'm watching the video, because now I got to edit, or I got to put some music over it, and I like being able to hear the sounds of the game. So I'm like trying not to breathe into the camera too hard. If somebody asks me a question, I like try to excuse myself from the camera's mic, and it's interesting because that has taught me so much. And I just one last thought, I did a camp in Dallas, and I can't overstate this. CP3, Chris Paul's camp. One of the best things they did is they pulled all of us in a room during the opening, registration and all that, and they talked to us, and they made some points very clear. One, that the parents push the kids out of sports a lot quicker than the sport does. The parents oftentimes rob the kid of the joy more from the sport than the sport does. It's not coaches oftentimes, it's the parent. The parent sets unreal expectations. The parent is disruptive. They're passionate, but they're passionately wrong. And so many times the kids are like, I would just rather be dropped off at the outside and you let me walk in and do my thing, and then I tell you about how I went afterwards instead of you yelling at every ref, every coach, every other player, every other parent, etc. And so because of that, the way that they prosed it, it shone a light on myself, and I said, I have to do better. My son's in the 8th grade. This is my time, because I was telling him, this is your make or break year for you to be a better player. And I said, you know what? I think it's too safe for myself as well. This is my make or break year to be a better parent, a support vessel, and a better spectator. And so I took that stuff from that camp to heart, and I think that I became a better parent, supporter, player, dad after that camp, just like he became a better player. So God bless you for the job you're doing. I know it's hard dealing with us parents. So as one bad parent on the sideline, I can speak for myself. Thank you for the work you're doing, and thank you for tolerating us, dude.
Thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to my parents this year, because I haven't dealt with any of that this year.
Whoa, that's a hand clap for you, man.
I have a couple of parents who really are very knowledgeable about basketball. You know, have played professional basketball, and they let me do my job. They don't try to interfere. I think they're on the side, rooting and getting after their kid and encouraging. And of all the years I've coached, this year is one of the best I've had parent.
That's awesome. And you're succeeding.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up to the to those parents over there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got something for the Glen parents. Hey, Coach, we don't have too much longer. You've given us a lot of time here, so we do appreciate. We're talking to Coach Kenny Mann, women's coach over at Glen High School, the Grizzlies.
What number are they ranked, man?
They're number 2.
Number 2?
In the state.
In the state?
And they're playing number 1.
What?
Tonight. At 7.
Not tomorrow.
I hope people show up.
I think they're going to show
If
up.
you're going to be at home doing nothing, there's a better place you could be.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Coach, because now it's going to be really loud in there, because I'm bringing all of Austin.
Might as well.
Hey, that's what we want. That's what we want.
So, Coach,
it's going to be great.
How is the team's morale and confidence heading into this crucial game?
Good question.
Well, it's really high. I mean, we've gone on a long streak of wins.
Oh.
So we're feeling really good. You would think you're playing the number 1 team in the state, you'd be really nervous and afraid of it. But, I feel like Larry Hill last year was really good. And we beat them both times last year, and I think the girls still remember that. So they're like, hey, we beat them last year. It's the same girls. We can do it again.
Yeah. So, Coach, I know there were some things that you probably wanted to cover while you got on. So I'd like to end with this last one. I'm looking at the fellas. What message have you been emphasizing to your players in the lead up to this game?
Really just, to enjoy the moment. Take time to just enjoy and feel, the blessing that we have right now. And, of course, they've earned it because we've worked hard and they've done the things to get us to this point. But, a lot of people work hard and don't get this opportunity. And so I just want them to take time to appreciate the moment.
Coach, any parting shots before you go? I'm a 5'6" point guard. I play pickup a couple times a week. Courtney is 6'4", but I told you his eighth grade son is coming, and Corey was a junior Olympian athlete,
Nice.
so he's just a straight athlete. Any parting shots to help us with our games? Because Courtney wants to keep the family. He wants to keep the family title, and I'm coaching out there in Leander, a 7U co-ed team, and these kids are almost as tall as me, Coach. But anything you wanna leave us some weekend warriors?
Well, I don't know about I can't help you on that.
Oh man,
I'm about giving up I was a weekend warrior for a long time, and it seems like if I get out there to demonstrate with the girls now, I'm out for a week.
Yeah, but any parting shots though, Coach, before you go?
But yeah, I would like to say, if like y'all said, if y'all aren't doing anything tonight, you want to see some exciting basketball, come and watch. We've got two of the best players in the state, as far as I'm concerned, in Libby Lee and Soma Okolo, and then we've got some great girls surrounding them. We're playing some of the best basketball girls in the state, and so if you like basketball at all, tonight at Glenn, 7 o'clock is the place you would be.
Right. Coach, this was great. Thank you very much, and we appreciate your time. Go Grizzlies.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot.
See you, Coach.
Bye.
That was cool.
Gentlemen. Number 2 versus number 1.
Man, he
our
almost had
backyard.
He almost had me forget that I got 2 shows tonight. I was just like, I think I'm gonna go out here. I forgot I had a show tonight. I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to do. I guess that's not that far. I was prodding in my head how far the drive was. I want to go see some basketball.
Yeah, it would have been cool for you to make it. I'm gonna be in the place though.
Good.
I'm going.
That's good.
I'm taking my daughters.
Good.
I want them to see that.
I think you'll enjoy that, and I'm pretty sure they will too.
Be in that
We're
environment.
game planning right now for KVU.
That's so cool, man. Y'all go, man. If y'all ain't got nothing to do tonight, y'all already heard it here first. Go out. Glenview?
Glenn High School.
Glenn High School.
It's in Leander.
Glenn and oh.
Yes, sir. It's a pretty new school.
I was trying to figure out where this was. It's
Yeah.
the new high school in Leander.
Yes, sir. Oh,
that
you
area's
know
growing.
that.
I'm familiar with the area.
Okay.
So Cedar Park, all that, Vista
Yes,
Ridge, all that stuff.
yes.
I was out there when it wasn't none of that. When that one school was the school that had the automatic doors. I was like, what kind of school got
That's
automatic
Leander
doors on
High,
it?
right?
It was Vista
Leander.
Ridge.
Oh, Vista. Oh, okay, yeah.
So I remember when those places. I'm not trying to sound like an old man, I promise you, but when them places was just sticks when it was nothing out there but 2 high schools, and you didn't know when you was in Leander or Cedar Park.
Simply
I
geezers.
was out there. I was though, man. Now that place is built up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wanna just talk about. Do y'all remember that feeling though back in high school? That big game.
Yeah.
If it's your right.
LBJ.
I mean that 15 minutes away.
LBJ.
And like that atmosphere.
LB.
I can still remember that feeling.
J.
You walk into that gym, you see them on that side, but our side, and it's about to be. It's about to be a good game.
We had to take a bus. If you're familiar with Austin, so I went to Reagan.
Yeah.
Now we're out honor, class of 2004. Our school is across the street from the actual stadium that we played at football. It was such a big thing. I know for a sophomore, definitely freshman, it was sophomore for me as well. We couldn't walk to the game, our field. 'Cause that's normally what we do, our little powerful pride walk and whatnot.
Yeah.
We had to ride a bus because it was one of those things that it would get cracking in the parking lot.
Oh,
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Reagan versus LBJ was a real thing.
Yeesh.
The J, we call it. The J. we call it something else off air. I can't call it.
Yeah. The FCC won't let you.
But exactly. But it was when you had that game, you felt it the week as a Friday game.
Yeah.
You felt it Sunday. You felt it Monday. You felt it Tuesday. Wednesday. As it got closer, you was like, hey, we've won all 4 times. I never lost to LBJ, by the way. And I wear that with pride.
Oh, now
All
people
4
aren't going to
years.
call in. You're dividing our
It
listeners.
is what it is, though. Hey, it is what it is, though.
512-836-2887 if you want to throw some.
The only reason why I
Courtney.
care about the color purple is because my daughter's favorite color is purple. That's it. That's the only
Oh.
reason. And it's like that. And it's always been like that.
Oh.
But
I ain't even from here, but see, that's the energy.
and it don't change. It don't change.
I like that.
It does not change.
Yeah.
Those Reagan don't even technically exist. It exists, but they ain't named the same way.
Liberty Hill is purple too.
I don't mess with Liberty Hill.
I know. Hey, we Glenn over here.
I don't mess with who purple in the
Ain't
NFL.
nothing but a G thing.
Who purple in the NFL?
Well,
Minnesota, I don't mess with the Vikings.
we got Omega Psi over there.
I don't mess with them either. Y'all wear purple.
So much
Yeah,
about
we
purple.
I don't mess with y'all
He'll
either.
only go so far.
I don't mess with anything that got purple on it.
He'll only go so far.
Look, I'm looking down at my phone. My phone screen kind of turning violet right now. I'm kind of getting violet in my
Over
head.
here looking over there.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we gotta get out of here for this break.